What's up? What's up? What's up, y'all? Yes, it's your girl, Tanya Marie, coming to you back again here. Yes, with another one. Have y'all heard? Yes, y'all. Sherri Shepherd's daytime television show has been sadly canceled. Yeah, y'all. So I asked a question. Is daytime TV dead? Is it dead? Right? So yeah, we're gonna get into it and talk about it, y'all, okay? So as we said, Sherri Shepherd's show got canceled. So our question is daytime TV dead? Right? Is something shifting? Is there a pivot that's about to happen? Right? Okay? Not loudly and not all at once, but if you listen closely, daytime TV, y'all, the people said is cracking. Right? Cracking like my voice. Let me clear that frog out my throat. Right? So for decades, daytime TV was dependable, predictable, comfortable, right? You turn it on while you're folding your laundry, cooking lunch, sitting in a waiting room. The same faces, the same tone, and the same rhythms. Y'all know we used to love to watch Phil Donahue, Sally Jesse Raphael, Oprah, Ricky Lake, right? Montel Williams, all of that, right? All of those familiar faces. That was what we wanted to see on these television shows, right? But the audience that once held daytime television, y'all, together is aging, right? And the younger audience, they aren't watching it all anymore. They're scrolling, they're streaming, they're watching clips, not full episodes, right? Okay, and they're doing it on their phones, their devices. So the question isn't whether daytime TV is changing. The question is who's going to survive the change, right? Now that brings us to Sherri Shepherd. Sherri didn't walk into daytime TV as an experiment. No, she walked in as a professional, right? She's a comedian with decades of experience. She's a familiar face, a safe bet, right? But safe doesn't mean profitable anymore. Right, not in this day and age. So behind the bright sets, smiling monologues is a harsh reality. Daytime TV is expensive, right? You got to pay for studio time. You got to rent the building out, right? Maybe even purchase a building. Okay, you got to pay your crew members. You got to pay the cameraman. You got to pay light and sound. Okay, you got to pay writers, someone to write the script, produce the script. Okay, distribution. Okay, who's the media company that's going to distribute? Okay, the content. Promotion, right? You got to pay people to promote the TV show. You got to pay people to go out here, all these networks, all these different shows, all these different venues to promote the show. Very, very expensive, right? And all of it depends on advertising dollars that are quietly shrinking. Okay? So when ratings dip, even slightly, the financial fallout can be tremendous, right? Less and less revenue means tight budgets. Tighter budgets means fewer resources. And fewer resources mean pressure on the host, the show, and the entire brand. So for Sherri Shepherd, the risk isn't just cancellation, it's relevance, right? So y'all know in this digital age, you gotta stay relevant because daytime TV doesn't just pay salaries, it protects your visibility, right? Now, once that daily platform weakens, so does leverage. And leverage, as we've talked about before, is everything. Without it, the money changes. Okay, the money start looking a little funny. Okay, syndication deals shrink. Okay, we talked about brand deals. Endorsements hesitate. So you know the Nike, all right, the water brands like Avion, okay, Fuji Water. Okay, they start looking a little scarce, right? Because the audience, the people are not tuning in. Only way I want to put advertisement dollars towards you if I can get people to tune in, right, that may want to buy the product. So the network, they're going to start asking harder and harder questions. And that's the real fallout behind this, right? Not the headlines and not the rumors. But the silent recalculation happens always behind closed doors, right? You know the lawyer's going to get involved. Okay, the talent got is probably the last to know. The network is going to start talking to the lawyer. Is the money making sense, right? Is the ratings there? Can we continue to pay the host this money? Is it worth it, right? So, what other options does Sherri Shepherd have? Okay, now this is where YouTube enters the conversation. Okay, not as a downgrade, but as a pivot, right? YouTube is a pivot. Okay, now I have seen where she does have two hot mamas. She has a podcast with the other comedian, Kim Whitley, right? And make sure y'all check it out. Two Hot Mamas. So she has pivot to YouTube. So she is taking advantage of YouTube as another option as well, right? So let's talk about why YouTube is a great pivot. YouTube doesn't ask for permission, right? They don't have to ask for other producers or someone to rent the building. No, they don't have to do that. It doesn't require a network vote or advertiser approval. Mm-mm. YouTube don't ask permission to come on and make sure we showcase these creators. No, it requires consistency, clarity, and connection. Right? You gotta connect to your audience. Now, Sherri Shepherd already has the hardest part. She is a very recognizable voice and she has a built-in audience, right? So if you're a fan of Sherri Shepherd, you're gonna be a fan. You're gonna rock with her no matter what. Now on YouTube, she doesn't need a full studio. Honey, she could just have her phone. She could have her laptop. She could have her iPad, her tablet, baby, and turn it on and hit the switch, right? She doesn't need a daytime slot. Like, oh, okay, well, Jennifer Hudson already has the 2 p.m. slot. Kelly Clarkson, well, y'all know her show got canceled as well, has the 3 o'clock slot, so we can put Sherri Shepherd in at 4 p.m. Right? She doesn't need daytime slot. She can come on when her audience is available. If her people are getting off of work at 5 o'clock, Sherri can be right there driving them home. Okay, if her people are getting off or eating dinner, and they want to watch her during dinner time, 6, 7 o'clock hour, Sherri can come on and help us eat dinner. Okay, and give us a little laugh and a kiki. Right? She doesn't need daytime slots. She needs moments, right? She needs her moments to capture her audience. Short commentary, right? Talking about what's happening out here on the YouTube streets, right? Personal reflections, going down memory lane, capture her audience like, oh yeah, I remember that time when A, B, and C happened, right? Comedy rooted in honesty, not format. We want to relate to her, make it funny, make a relatable moment funny, right? YouTube rewards authenticity more than polish. And that's an advantage, not a weakness, right? It really is. Financially, it is different. Trust me, it's different. Now, you don't get a network paycheck up front, honey. So if you are used to getting those paychecks up front, those advances, now YouTube ain't doing that. But you do gain ownership, right? It's all yours. You own it. You're the business, right? It's all you. Ad revenue. Now that adds up. Brand partnerships. All right, come on, Nike, Campbell Soup, all of the things, right? Okay. Tour promotion. Okay. You can start your own tour promotions. You can start promoting your own channel. All of the things are available, right? Licensing clips. Okay. You can start getting into getting those clips licensed. Repurposing content across all platforms. Any content is fair game, fair use, y'all. So any content that's going on, the Super Bowl, right? Bad Bunny performance, okay, anything that's popular that's going on right now, you can repurpose the content and make it your own, right? Make it relatable to your audience. Okay, and perhaps the most important part of it is control. You control the narrative. You control when you come on. You control what amount of money that you can get paid, right? How often you come on. It's up to you, right? You can control your tone. You can control your topics. You can control the evolution, the growth of your channel. You have full control and ownership of YouTube, right? And that's the beauty of it. You don't have a network telling you you better not talk about politics. You don't have a network telling you you better not talk about this touchy subject because those are our sponsors. You don't have any of that, right? Daytime TV asks you to stay the same. You have to stay in your lane. YouTube allows you to change. We talked about that, right? It allows you to move, okay, and groove. Baby, you can explore so many different topics and avenues. Okay, and change is coming whether anyone wants it or not. Okay, and that's the truth. Now, now, this just isn't just about Sherri. Now, this is a symbol of a larger thing that's happening, right? It's a bigger shift. Okay, I said Kelly Clarkson show got canceled. Sherri Shepherd show got canceled. So let's think about Jennifer Hudson, Tamara Hall, right? All these ladies are daytime talk show hosts. This could possibly still happen to them as well, right? Have they pivoted to the streaming apps? Okay, okay. Traditional media is no longer guaranteed, right? Is no longer guaranteed. The audience has moved. The money has followed with it. The money is in the streaming. The money is in the streaming. And the spotlight no longer lives in one place, right? So the question now isn't is daytime TV changing, but who's willing to change with it? Are you willing to go with the flow? Are you willing to pivot? Huh? The word for the day is pivot, right? Because the future doesn't belong to most familiar faces. It belongs to the one who can adapt, okay, before they're forced to. Can you adapt before you're forced to? Do you see the writing on the wall, right? Okay, y'all know when you be at some of these jobs, okay, and the manager's talking a little funny. They keep talking about, yeah, we're gonna some changes coming up here. We got some new rules and regulations. Y'all know the writing be on the wall. Are you listening, right? Okay, and that decision to hold on or to pivot may define the next chapter of Sherri's career, right? So yeah, yeah, I thought it was interesting. Like I said, I did see her have a new podcast, Two Hot Mamas, with the comedian Kim Whitley. So I hope that she has put her eggs in multiple baskets. She has took the cue to pivot on these social media streaming apps. So she's hip with it. So let me ask y'all a question once again. Do y'all think daytime TV is dead, right? Or do you think there is a space for some hosts to continue to have a thriving career, right? Yeah, y'all, I thought this was interesting topic. Y'all drop down below. Let your girl know your thoughts and opinions. All right, y'all. But again, my name is Tanya Marie here with Bold One for Life, where we want to be unique, be different, but most importantly, just be you. Thank y'all so much for always coming on in the room and blessing your girl with your presence. I greatly appreciate it. Until next time, y'all, ta ta for now.